Hey guys, so here's another one we've got for GK US Creative. This one is the ScareCrow, and honestly it's probably one of the more interesting ones that I've worked on. We did a few mods to this and I did all the engineering to make this print ready. So I'm going to go through this. I don't have photos of the test prints just yet, but I know that I've seen them and we've talked about them. It's a really fun model, and this comes in two types. There's the full figure and then there's a bust type. I'm not going to cover both of those, even though they're wildly different. You can check them out on GK US Creative. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat. But I want to show you guys some of the things that we did. So when this came to us, this was originally sculpted and designed by Gabe Perna. He was the original artist, and then I believe it was digitized or digitally reproduced by CGverse, I believe. I gotta confirm that. When it came to us, a couple things needed to be modified. One of the models we needed to mess with the pose a smidgen. I think that was on the bust, and now that I think about it, I may have to show the bust in another video, so we'll probably do that. But one of the few things we did is we put burn marks or burn scars on his skin in a couple of places. We did it here on his arm, on his exposed chest, and on the side of the head. We also did some small modifications to the face where we crisped up a few things. We put a few marks in here. We really crisped up the brow. A lot of small modifications so it would print better. Whenever you do a 3D print, whenever you 3D print something, whether you intend to mold it or cast it or just 3D print it, you really got to make sure that there aren't any internal pieces of geometry. It's really fun to find that stuff, but it's never fun to have to clean it up. And a lot of this worked pretty well, but I had to thicken the nose piece and a couple of other odds and ends to make it work. So I'm just going to show you some of the stuff here. So you can see this key here sits in. So for the cap, I had to backfill that quite a bit. And that worked out pretty well. Get your backpack here, and we can actually thumb through the parts, and they're not in any particular order, but we're just going to thumb through them, and I'm going to show you which parts are going to be clear. So you got your torso, your legs. We kept the legs together because it just was smart. It has two loincloths, front and back. Those came off because, again, we'll never be able to paint the groin or the pants with that in the way, so those had to come off, and those are nice and tight. The face, the two arms, of course, and you'll notice that the hands are attached to the flamethrower. That just makes it more stable when we go to produce this complex piece here, is to have your hands stable. And whenever you do joints, whenever you have two keys that are on a part, the two keys, in my personal opinion, always should be absolutely parallel. So these are mirrors of each other and they're absolutely parallel. They were produced parallel, and it makes the key interlock into the arms a little weird looking. You can see this one's at a weird angle, but they'll line up perfectly and the part will go together pretty nicely. This is going to be the clear part, this canister for the gun. The hose will be an aftermarket part or a add-on. It'll be some rubber hose that we buy. The canister is going to be printed in clear, and then the painter is going to paint for a better term, the straps and this handle. They're going to paint those opaque, but the canister will be clear, so you can dye it green or some color that you think is appropriate for the thing. And we've already we've been test printing clears for a while now, but this one's really exciting. It's one of the more crazy pieces I've worked on, and we've worked on a bunch of crazy pieces. So I wanted to show you that to you and get you excited about some of the work that we're doing for the guys, for Jesse, and I hope you get to check it out and paint one.